Hey guys, Coach Lori here. I am so excited to introduce to you our upcoming Black Canyon CrossFit 2024 Ultimate Nutrition Challenge. Now, the reason we're calling this the Ultimate Nutrition Challenge is because this is not going to be like any other nutrition challenge that we've ever tried. When Melissa and I were talking about what we wanted this to look like, we decided we wanted to get away from the trendy, gimmicky, quick fix challenges that we've done in the past and that are so popular, because we want to help you build foundational healthy habits that can last for life. So our goal is for this to be the last nutrition challenge you will ever need. At Black Canyon CrossFit, we want to build a culture of people who lead active, healthy lives that show. When people see our members, we want to reflect a philosophy that is a holistic, entire life encompassing philosophy on health and wellness and fitness. And so knowing that the way we eat determines 90% of the way we look, feel, and perform in and out of the gym, we want this nutrition challenge to help build those habits that are going to create that. We want to help you ditch the diet culture. The diet culture has lied to us for so long. If you really think about it, the goal of the diet culture, the diet industry, is to keep us fat and unhealthy. Because if we were healthy and maintaining a healthy body percentage, body fat percentage for us, they'd be out of business. So we want, and a lot of that ditching the diet culture is ditching the mentality. So we're going to work on eliminating limiting beliefs about food and build a healthy relationship with food and with our bodies. And so much of that is mindset. Obviously, there are things that we need to do, practices that we need to engage in, but really the biggest piece here is going to be the mindset and the way we look at and think about food and eating. The goal here, one of the goals, is to get back to the way our bodies were designed to function. Our bodies were not designed to function the way all of the diets out there tell us to do. And so everybody's body is different. Everybody's body is different. And so we're going to try to help educate you on how to tune into your body and what it needs. And it's going to look a little bit different for everybody, but there are some things that are universal. And so those are the kinds of things that we're going to be addressing in this challenge. And it's going to be over 5 areas, and 4 of which relate to food. So the first is when to eat. The second is how to eat. The third is how much to eat. The fourth is what to eat. And then the 5th is going to be about sleep and exercise, movement, and stress mechanisms, stress coping mechanisms that we can apply in our lives for that kind of well-rounded, holistic approach to health and wellness. So that's kind of the overview of what the challenge is going to address. And we will get specific in each of those weeks. So here's kind of the bullet points of what it's going to look like, the nuts and bolts. So to get started, you're going to sign up, okay? You're going to let me or Melissa know. There'll be a sign-up sheet on the counter, or you can text one of us and let us know that you're in. The next one is going to be paying for it, okay? There's going to be a monetary buy-in, and the reason for that is, number one, to cover the cost of the prizes and other things that are going into the expense of putting on the challenge. And the other reason is because it puts some skin in the game, okay? You're more likely to be committed and motivated if you've got some skin in the game. And money is kind of one of those things that works almost for almost everybody as a buy-in to kind of encourage that commitment. So it's going to be $110 or $40 a month for the 3 months. It's going to be a 12-week challenge, which is going to be 3 months. So April, May, and June, we will wrap up the last week of June. So if you pay up front $110, that's going to save you $10 overall, but you can do $40 a month if that's more approachable to you. We want it to be approachable. We want it to not be cost prohibitive. So paying monthly is fine. You can Venmo Melissa with that either way, or you can have the $40 added to your account. So we'll work out those details with Melissa. And then once you're signed up and you've got either paid full or that first month's payment, then you're going to be added to a private track on SugarWOD specifically for the Nutrition Challenge. And I will have another instruction video on how to access that once we have it completely set up. And also you'll be added to a Google Sheets, which is where we're going to do most of the tracking, is in a Google Sheets. So once you're signed up, then we will get you access to those and instructed on how to access them. In the first week of the challenge, you're going to need to log your first weight, your first set of measurements, and take some starting pictures. The weight we're going to track on a weekly basis, the measurements will track on a monthly basis, and the pictures will take a monthly basis. You can do the measurements yourself, or you can, Melissa can take those, or and pictures too. One of us can take your pictures at the gym, or you can take the pictures at home. But with the pictures, you want to make sure that you're taking them in the same outfit, in the same area, in the same location, with as close to the same lighting as possible, and framed the same way, so that we can more easily see the differences as time goes on. As far as the scale to use, if you have one at home, you can use that, or you can use the one at the gym. Just use the same one every time, so that, because different scales will show different numbers, and we want to make sure to keep it consistent. Now, this is an important note about these metrics. Okay, these metrics are not the point or the success determiner of this challenge. They're great things to track, and they will show progress, but the success of this challenge is not on losing a certain number of pounds or a certain percentage of body fat. It is to build these habits. And if these habits are being practiced successfully, they should be reflected in these numbers, and that's why we're tracking the numbers. Also, you have the option, it is optional, but it is encouraged, to go get a DEXA scan in that first week at the hospital in Nephi. You can just call and say, can I come this time? And they will let you know if that's going to be a good time to come. It costs $25 to go. You go and you have them you tell them you want a DEXA scan for body composition and ask for the full report. And so again, that's another option, which is encouraged, because sometimes those scans will show things that the scale won't show. And it just kind of puts some hard data to what you're seeing in the pictures. So it's a great thing to do as well. Okay, so then you take those get those first ones done in the first week, and then we're going to watch the weekly videos for information and action steps for that week. We're going to spend 2 to 3 weeks on each set of each area of those 5 areas that I outlined. And each week is going to have a different kind of set of action steps to do and to track. And there's going to be a video at the beginning of the week in that private track on SugarWOD that you can watch and get that information. Also, you're going to set 2 personal goals, and these are going to be, they can be essentially anything you want. They can be health and wellness related, but we want to make sure that these are SMART goals. Okay, SMART stands for specific. It needs to be something that that is specific. It's not trackable if it's not specific. Okay, it needs to be measurable. So you need to be able to, again, track it and show that progress, or that show that you're doing it. Okay, you need to be able to track it. It needs to be achievable. It needs to be something that you can do, that is that is accomplishable. Okay, and it needs to be realistic. And by realistic, I mean something that you can do for potentially the rest of your life. Okay, if you're not committed to eliminating sugar from your life for the rest of your life, I'm going to call that an unrealistic goal for the purposes of this challenge. Okay, the goal of this challenge, again, is to build habits that we can sustain for a long period of time, ideally the rest of our life. So when you think about realistic, I want you to think about something long-term, like forever. Okay. And then it needs to be time bound. And by that, I mean, is it a daily goal? Is it a weekly goal? Is it something you're going to do 3-4 days a week? Is it going to CrossFit 5 days a week? Is it going for a walk 3 days a week? Is it reading 10 pages in a book a day? Something like that. Something that has a defined time goal. Okay, so you're going to set those two goals by the end of the first week for sure, if not ahead of time. Be thinking about that now. You've got a week to get them set, so let's think about them. And then we're going to track our action steps each week, and that's again mostly be in the Google Sheets, or some of it might be on paper. It just kind of depends on what it is, and I'll let you know what that is each week. Now, there's going to be prize drawings every 2 weeks, and in order to be eligible for prizes, there's a couple of things you need to do. The first is you need to be current on your payments if you're paying monthly for the challenge. And the other one is we need 85% or greater participation in the action steps. So you need to keep your Google Sheet current, or if it's something that we're tracking on paper, then you need to be able to show that. You can take a picture of it and send it to Melissa or me. Melissa's going to be in charge of that prize drawing and what those prizes are, and she's got some really fun ideas for some of those prizes, so you're going to want to participate. Couple of things that are going to be really important for this. The first is you're going to get out of this challenge what you put into it. Okay, the level of participation and commitment that you put into it is going to increase what you get out of it. So that's going to be really important. Okay, it is going to require effort. It's going to require discipline. It's going to require actually doing the steps. So if you put in, a 50% effort, you're going to get a 50% success rate. If you put in 100%, you're going to blow your own mind. I can promise that. So it's all up to you. I can give you the information. I can give you the action steps, but I can't do it for you. So buy in and then be all in. It's going to be awesome. It can change your life if you really go through with it. The other thing that I'm really going to ask you for is an open mind. This is going to challenge everything you think you know about what good nutrition and healthy habits look like. And I know that a lot of you kind of have an idea of where I am with this kind of stuff. And so I really want to challenge you to keep an open mind and give it a shot. Okay. I really believe in the principles that I'm going to be teaching you. I've practiced them in my own life and seen effects in my own life that have blown my mind and continue to blow my mind. And so keep an open mind and bear with me. If you have questions about anything, let me know. I will address them in these videos if they're questions that I feel like would benefit the whole group. If you have personal questions, then shoot those to me as well, which leads me to another aspect that I forgot to address, and that is that with this challenge, you have the option of working with me one-on-one through it with setting and working through your goals and kind of being a little bit more dialed in on the accountability aspect of it, that does come at an extra charge. So if you want information on that, let me know. And we can talk about what that's going to look like. And there was something else I was going to say about that, and I can't remember. Maybe I'll think of it. Anyway, that's kind of what this challenge is going to look like. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to bring this to you guys. And so again, let me know if you have any questions. Oh, that's the other thing that the one-on-one gets you is greater access to me as a coach. I will address answers to questions in these videos, and I will do it personally if it takes me 60 seconds or less. If you need more than that, let's talk about that kind of one-on-one option for going through this challenge. Otherwise, we're going to keep it on a group basis. It's going to be lots of fun. Participate and you know, let's talk about it. Let's have fun. Let's encourage each other and cheer each other on. So I'm excited. Let me know if there's any questions, and let's do this. Starting date next Monday. So get signed up, get your money in, and get those goals set, and let's do this. So we're going to start next week with when.